Today I'm breaking down the 5 best value for money adventure motorcycles for the 2026 riding season. I have found a bike for every type of rider, from the dedicated off-roader to the long distance tourer, and even a nostalgia fueled comeback that might just be the simple solution we've all been waiting for. And because this is YouTube, the last one is really gonna surprise you. It's a bike I have never mentioned on this channel before, so make sure you stick around. This episode is brought to you by Cardo's PackTalk Edge Bluetooth intercom system. In 2026, it feels like motorcycle prices have completely lost touch with reality. Looking at the price tag on a flagship adventure bike, this is enough to make you want to hang up your helmet and squirrel away to the garage with Dave as your only companion. However, the budget category often gets overlooked because historically it was targeted towards beginners, people that more than often couldn't be choosers. In fact, some of the most capable, reliable and fun machines to ride on the market right now cost a fraction of those big heavyweights. First up, we have the off-road specialist. And that title we've given to the CF Moto 450 MT, or the Ibex 450 as it's called in the States. This bike is part of our value lineup because starting at just $6,500 it comes packed with features, equipment and capabilities of bikes which are almost double its price. Try to name another bike, not necessarily in this price range, play around with it, that comes with an app which can start your bike, has built-in GPS location of your bike, navigation, can diagnose and over-the-air update components as well, and it includes CarPlay. None, not a single one comes to mind. In an effort to completely dominate this very lucrative part of the small adventure market, the Chinese have thrown everything at the Ibex 450. And I'm not just talking about electronics like the standard Bosch traction control, the ABS and the 2 included USB ports. The rest of the bike is actually pretty good as well. 44 horsepower coming from the 450 engine with plenty of low-down torque, almost fully adjustable 41mm KYB forks, seating options ranging from 800mm for the hobbits among us, all the way up to 870mm with the accessory seat, and a fuel tank which is actually larger than the one on the Tenere 700. And I know what all the naysayers are gonna say, well, it's Chinese, it's gonna break if you look at it the wrong way, it comes bent already from the factory. 4 years warranty, that is what CF Moto is offering to put all of those worries to rest. This is definitely a 10,000k bike which actually sells for just 6.5, an absolute bargain. Whew. Next up on our value list, we have the nostalgia fix. And that crown goes to the newly released Kawasaki KLE 500. Same starting price, same horsepower as the Ibex 450, but on paper, worse in every other way. Non-adjustable suspension but a little larger at 43mm, a tall seat height stuck at 870mm as standard, an LCD screen instead of a full color TFT one unless you go for the more expensive model, no proper bash plate, no USB ports as standard, low ground clearance which when paired together with the non-adjustable suspension is gonna have you bottoming out quicker than Dave finishes his weekly feeding. The Japanese have revived the KLE 500 after production stopped back in 2007, and this new iteration is a great choice if you want a simple mechanical solution without all the electronic headaches on a bike which should happily get you anywhere you want to go. Next up on our value list, we have the true all-rounder. The Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, a bike that is good at everything but truly great at nothing. The 450 is actually the second generation Himalayan, with the original being released in 2016 with a 411cc engine which only put out 25 horsepower. From its inception throughout the years, the little Himalayan really had to prove itself to the masses and shed initial fears riders had, such as that it was very unreliable, extremely underpowered and uncomfortable for longer trips, and basically just a cheap Indian bike made for underdeveloped markets. In time, the little Himalayan proved that it had what it took for round-the-world trips, that it was designed and produced by a company that really knew what they were doing, and even if it did go wrong, the fix was usually something simple. The new 450 iteration was released in 2023 and basically was an upgrade in every way compared to the original, putting down almost double the power at around 40 horses, new frame, new suspension, good enough ground clearance at 220mm, and a proper 21-inch front wheel to help you easily get over whatever off-road obstacle you encountered. With a starting price of $6,000 US, a new water-cooled engine, gearbox, TFT screen with navigation and phone support, all LED lighting, the Himalayan 450 is the definition of value and should definitely make your shortlist, especially now that dealers are a lot more common worldwide. Next up on our Value King list is a bike which offers bulletproof reliability and to some is the smarter financial decision: Honda's NX 500. This is not a brand new bike, but the next iteration of its already very popular CB500X, a bike that, since its inception back in 2013, has had the lightweight adventure touring crowd eating out of its palm. Starting at $6,900 US, the NX 500 looks like a much larger adventure bike, but is easily ridden by beginners and shorter riders thanks to its short 830mm seat height, very well behaved throttle response, new aerodynamics for long road comfort, and an extremely agreeable gearbox which will not have you hunting for neutral at any stoplight. With only 180mm of ground clearance, this is definitely not the most adventurous bike out there. It's definitely not the sportiest, but it is a great, reliable bike for most type of riders, which definitely has you covered for all days of the week, regardless what type of riding you do. And finally, to end off this list, a bike which lately keeps making more and more waves online, the Vogue 900 DSX. If you've ever wanted all of the comfort and tech of a large and expensive BMW, but only had the financial backing of Dave's uncle's late cousin, the 900 DSX might just be the right pick for you. A bike that, as of now, is not available in the States, but if it were, compared to European pricing, it would start out at around $11,000 US. And for that price, you get a lot of bike. Brembo brakes, fully adjustable KYB suspension, Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2 tires, blind spot detection, a whole bunch of electronics which would definitely be paid optionals on other bikes, and wait for it, a set of luggage. Which other manufacturer out there includes a 3-piece luggage solution as standard? And that's not all. Here's another first, at least for me. As standard, you also get a factory camera, a full 1080p HD dashcam to record your rides. All of this on top of an up and down quick shifter, tire pressure monitors, heated grips, and seat. Do you know how much a heated seat for a BMW bike costs? Cruise control, keyless start, and obviously riding modes. The engine is basically the same as on the BMW F900. It makes a little bit less power at 94 horsepower, and the reason it's the same is because Vogue, even though it's a new company, only started in 2018, is owned by one of the largest motorbike manufacturers in the world, Lonsin, a company which makes about, well, 2.5 million motorbikes each year. Obviously, we have no idea about reliability yet, brand awareness, but I'm really curious to see what Vogue is going to look like 10 years from now, because they definitely have the money to win customers over by packing their bikes full of goodies. That is our list of the 5 best value adventure motorcycles of 2026. Please go and make that comment section glow red, because there are definitely bikes I haven't mentioned that I should have, and definitely bikes I have mentioned that I shouldn't have on the list, and it's all Dave's fault. The Pactalk Edge has been living on my helmet for years and years now because it makes any ride a lot more enjoyable for me. From its second generation dynamic mesh system, which allows up to 15 riders to connect to the same group in seconds, to its natural voice recognition, which for me just works, so I don't need to faff around with any buttons, to its IP67 waterproof rating, its unique magnetic mount, its great sound by JBL Audio, and the fact that it can seamlessly connect to any other major brand, the Pactalk Edge really is an all-in-one unit for my riding style. Get yours today at cardosystems.com and use code LWH for a special discount on this or any other of Cardo's products. Well, that's the show for today, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our Patreons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.